I have a blunt roll.
Glad you're here, Kem.
Man, I'm happy to be here, man.
Hell yeah.
Be here.
Very good to meet you. Very good to meet you.
Hell
Same,
yeah.
man. Yeah, bud.
And welcome everybody to the Built Different podcast. This is episode 2 of High Off Life. I'm with Kem.
Peace.
And we're with Matt, the guy that doesn't smoke. Welcome, Matt, to High Off Life. We got a good agenda for you. You know, last episode was amazing. I had a blast editing it, showing people.
It was great to watch.
It was very good to watch.
Good watch.
So what are we gonna be smoking on today?
Oh, man, you see it. Gumbo. Gumbo
Yes,
is always
sir.
going to be the theme going. All right?
That's it. That's all.
That's always going to be
a good
going.
go-to.
I kid
Okay.
you not, and you can ask my girl, after we filmed that episode, dude, I think we smoked so much, or it was just the level of weed was just so great. I don't know what it was, but I think I slept for 4 hours after? I took an immediate nap after the podcast. I told everyone that I had plans with after, or calls or whatever, I just said, guys, nah. And then I took my ass to bed. Was that?
Yo, Stormy's a bug out, bro.
We'll be right back. 'Cause
Stormy's a bug out.
So yeah, we're smoking the Gumbo, locally known but globally grown. Ooh, that was a fire line from the last podcast.
Yeah.
Got it right.
Get that on
There
a
you go.
fucking shirt.
So
Yes.
yeah, man, we're gonna be smoking. We're gonna be talking about good stuff. But Matt, the reason why Matt's on this episode is because the first episode that we did of a different conversation, me and Matt talked about
Months ago.
aliens.
Yes.
We talked about aliens,
Nice.
but I was only concerned about fucking the aliens. Whereas you and I, we had a good conversation before we talked about fucking the aliens. We still talked about fucking the aliens. We're always going to talk about fucking the aliens.
Gotta fuck some
Won't be
aliens.
surprised if we're fucking aliens on this episode too.
Hey, yo.
But Matt wanted to have a good conversation about aliens.
And I
so,
also wanted to press you.
press me?
Yeah, press you.
Oh, I gotta get pressed? What?
Nah, because when you guys were talking about it, you guys were in depth with it, and he was agreeing with you that they would probably come over here and smoke us like if we ever got into a war. But with me, he thought we were all almighty powerful.
Oh.
But like, yeah, he switched up his opinion.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I don't know what made you switch?
It just...
Because you combated me on that shit.
For me, it's just there's so much scenarios, and it was like, I don't know, you didn't have any real deep basis on why the aliens would smoke us.
I feel like I
Whereas
did.
Kem's basis, his was that they gave us the weapons and they taught us everything. So if that's the case, we're gonna
That
get our
is
asses
true.
smacked.
That is true.
But if it was just regular, the aliens come down and want some
Nah,
beef,
there's no shots. Bro, if they're able to get to
in a
us...
fist fight, do you think you could beat an alien?
Oh, we already talked about this. If they come down here and want to shoot the fairs,
Okay.
especially they come up to New York,
Yeah.
they're getting smoked.
Okay.
They're getting smoked, but the
Hands
odds,
on. Hands
yeah,
on.
hand combat.
but the odds that
Okay.
they're gonna pull up to our planet with all their technology and just want to shoot the fair is very unlikely.
Now, what if their hands are made of bed corners? Like the ones that you stub your toes
Oh,
on?
I'm dodging them. I'm running because my toes have taken some mighty damage from those.
How many times have you stubbed your toe, man?
Oh, a lot. Bro, when I was a kid, my toes were on timing, bro.
I have to agree with that. Me too.
But since you wanted to talk about the aliens, why don't we pass Matt a blunt
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
and you give us
Off that?
yes.
Oh, you guys gotta like that shit
All right.
before. I ain't never. I'm
You want to let us
inexperienced.
enjoy
Go
this?
ahead.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
got one going already.
So Matt, you're the one that wanted to give your opinion on aliens, in depth, non-satirical,
Yes.
Satirical.
satirical.
Yes. Let's hear it. Let's
Matt,
hear it.
So for anyone that wants to know the real background on me and Matt, besides that we've grown up together, is that Matt has been here to correct me in my very errorful ways since I've been like 14.
He be telling them he wild all the time. You're wild.
Nah, he's always
Oh, shit.
he's always
Okay,
off some
that's
shit.
fine. We still did that.
Damn,
So I
did you
gotta
break
hear
it?
No.
Here we go.
Damn, here we go.
Matt doesn't smoke.
Round 1.
Gumbo.
Smooth.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so
Right in.
Love it.
what do we think like is the possibility of aliens? Like we know it's out there, right?
Okay.
Whoa. Give me a second.
There you go.
I've never asked before. I don't know.
He's like, I've never
Alright.
asked before.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
But fuck off. There's gonna be a lot of bad edits because I'm just gonna be fucking this up. All right, so
do we agree 100% before
aliens exist?
Aliens exist.
Oh yeah,
that's all right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's no way they don't.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So, do you think that in other universes or other planets and shit like that, that they've become mobile? Like, they can get to place, and we're just one of those few societies who just haven't gotten out? You think that's a possibility?
Yes, I believe that to be a possibility.
I mean, the way I see it is that we're all some pretty complex pieces of work. Mm-hmm. Like, if we're being honest, like, we're all, we're complex. Mm-hmm. But we're also really stupid, right?
Mm-hmm. Very, very.
But there are those sprinkles of human beings that are, I think we can say, above the rest.
Yes, of course.
One of those being like Elon Musk, for example, like guys that really just rose above, made some awesome inventions.
Can I smoke with you?
Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt the podcast like in mid. But thank you. Keep going.
Oh yeah. By the way. Last time we got so high that my girl got mad at me because we didn't pass her the blunt. I even invited her to the table and we just smoked. But we have those sprinkles of human beings that are above average. So the chances of there being us in a different planet and then there being more of those above average things, I think has to be 100%. Because we also have dumb people on this planet.
100%.
So there's probably a planet out there of people that are significantly below us. Like aliens that are worse than us.
Okay. So, yes, of course, I would agree with that. So I'm going to go back to what I said, right? When believing that, like, they've been, showed us some shit that we forgot some shit. My take earlier.
So, like, your take was that they were here before.
Yes.
And they gave us the technology of like the Egyptians and shit like that, and
all of the shit that you go back to, right?
So
if we look at any of that shit, like it always says that there's something different.
Yeah, like the hieroglyphs, they had different.
All of that shit, anything, it's always something different, right? But what I do believe is that because there's different advancements in our technology, like it's just like a whisper to somebody like fucking Elon Musk or somebody.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Or whoever, Jesus, everybody who was documented is great. You understand what I'm saying? I believe
comparison to Jesus and Elon Musk is
crazy. No comparison. Anybody, because for a generation we have like a highlighted person. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't.
That's not even what I meant. But
because I was
highlighted great person.
Well, I was gonna say like Jesus is great because of who he claimed he was and what the book say he was.
Yes.
Listen, I don't want to sit here and shit on religion, but I'm not the biggest believer in that story.
Exactly.
Very much so.
So my point is the comparison of what he meant, if I'm being correct, is how Elon Musk had a drop on technology that people didn't have. Jesus did too. He had a drop on walking on water, doing shit that other people couldn't do. It's just
to the next level.
Yeah, but it's just a different form of
and that's what I'm saying.
What people don't fucking understand.
If there's
it's just a different form.
But that's what I'm saying is like us as humanity.
Because I don't believe he walked on water first and foremost. But go ahead.
Right.
Do or don't? No, hell no. I think that's like an allegory. I believe that was a way of them not knowing how to explain how dope he was in comparison to them.
He
fucking walked on water.
That's
you know what I mean? Like that.
You think Moses split the Red Sea?
Fuck no. Sorry.
If you think someone named Moses, now I'm just playing.
No, not like that. But I believe in you're fine. I believe in like the fucking story.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I
believe
in the
that's
story.
what I'm saying. Like,
you believe in the story, but not the myth.
Right.
Walking on water and tearing churches in half.
Yeah, I believe they're meant to tear some other shit. So with aliens, in answering the question, I believe that aliens fucking are here, like, and when we make advancements, it's only because of some shit that we didn't know that we already knew because they're here. You understand what I'm saying? Like that kind of.
So you think they're mixed in with us?
Sometimes, yeah.
Have to be.
This big ass headed man right here.
What side? So it's like, but yeah, I mean, like, because when it comes to it, think about the times when, let's say for example, and then this might be a bad example, but Michael Jordan, right?
Okay.
He wasn't able to make his sons great. Right? In basketball. I don't know how great they are, but one is fucking Scottie
Pippen's wife. Yo, he hates Jordan.
Good drop.
He hates Jordan.
Right. So, but my thing is like Michael Jordan wasn't able to make his sons as good of basketball players as him. And you know how many other scenarios there are, like other great people that haven't been able to continue that down their line. I'm envisioning a world where they have it down packed, where they were able to continue the great, you know, whatever, the great alienness through many generations, and there's just a planet of really advanced people that are traveling to other planets already and everything. It's just our planets and universe is so separated, or so they say, it's so separated that necessarily they haven't found us yet. But us, we could be one of thousands and millions, and we might not even matter in the grand scale.
I think that's a great approach too, to believe that like we're so smart that we have the shit figured out.
Because to us, Earth is important. Earth is important to us because we live on it and this is our home. But to another universe, they don't even know we exist, and they're trying to find out who the aliens of their land is.
Or it's not even that they don't know we exist. They could be the ones who came to us, but they just know we're so primitive.
We're not advanced enough
that they don't give a fuck about it.
Right.
Unless it's something that's going to be totally destructive, and they have to kind of, you know, intercede and shit, you know?
And I really want to be surprised if aliens were living among us, because we're fucking stupid.
100%.
Like, we all as the humanity let the world get the way it is right now. And I think we can agree that the world, I mean, you know, some aspects you can look as really great, some aspects you can look as really bad, but overall the world's in a tough spot.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
can I add something? I feel like aliens are like disguised at us to sometimes show us things that we don't see.
Yes.
And they're saying to do certain jobs, like
that's
they're
basically what I'm saying over here.
From a different planet, and they're like, all right, you gotta come to Earth and do this for us.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And they're disguised
as
a human being because we're not gonna look at an alien and be like, yeah, we're gonna listen to you. But if it was another human being, obviously we're gonna take their opinion or whatever they're trying to do into consideration. So I feel like
that's a good point.
That's what I mean about like the whisper. That's what I mean, like the whisper to
Elon Musk or whatever.
It's
called what?
That's what I mean.
Starseeds?
Yeah. Because I believe in that. Like, there's always been. So here's another thing. I'm gonna just drop real quick. There's always been another thing also called watchers. You understand what I'm saying? So watchers, in these depictions, in these. You know what I mean?
They're
things
just
that
the almighty beings.
Yes, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're considered watchers. You know what I mean? And their job is to look like us and be amongst us.
And another thing that I want to throw at you to help your
stop
theory,
us from destroying the world like we almost have numerous times.
Right, and I want to support your theory a little bit because you know how they made the hieroglyphics and everything in back in the day of these crazy creatures and everything.
Yeah.
The world wasn't as imaginative then as it was now. Because like now we got all these TV shows and we got all these movies, video games, we got all these possibilities. Things, We've been around for so long that we got to come up with these imaginative things. But back then, when they were doing these hieroglyphics and shit, the world was boring. So these people that claim that shit like that was real, at some point, like, you gotta kind of believe them because the imagination wasn't huge back then. It was just, you go to work, and that's it. You go to work and you grow your family, pass on to the next generation, and try to keep inventing shit along the way.
And the shit that they built tells you that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the shit that they built tells you that, like, this is what they all believe.
Right. And
and there has to be a reason they all believe.
Every hieroglyphic, you'll see the same similarity as the bigger human being.
And it's not even just a hieroglyphic. There's writings in ancient China. There's
walls,
in Africa, like lower South Africa, in South America,
Egypt.
Places, people that would never speak to each other because they just didn't know each other existed.
And these people
all have the same type of things in their ancient writings.
That's the crazy.
And these people didn't have time to sit here and think of these stories. Like, they had to just put it on hieroglyphics and keep going.
So there was a reason
they put it on the hieroglyphics.
They saw these things.
Yes. Right. Thank you.
Like
the
points.
Yes.
Like the whole mountain sides. All these mountains used to be giants because whenever you take a picture of a mountain, you can see the bridge of the nose, you can see the indent of the eyes, the lips,
snapping.
And
yes, he is. Yes, he is. You see, I picked up my drink. Like, I'm glad.
I have a question. How do you guys feel like, since we're talking about like hieroglyphics and stuff like that, in Egypt they believed in gods and goddesses and stuff like that. How do you guys feel about that? Because people have a religion where they just believe God alone. People have like beliefs that there's multiple gods, and then
I'll
go first real fast on that. So I think, like, it wasn't as extreme as maybe they put down on paper.
Because they have like 20 gods.
But I think it's like the story is, they start from really high and they just go through generation, then they probably just end up as crazy as they did on the hieroglyphics. Yeah. But I think that shit had to be true at some point.
Here we go. So 1 second. So now I'm going to tie all of it, right? Yeah. So Egypt, right? So let's do a couple of things. The two oldest, so what they found out first is that we only were like 6,000 years old, 6,000 years old, right? Then they found some shit that showed that it was people that lived 6,000 years before that, right? The truth is, and all of that shit, and the question that she asked about the hieroglyphs, they all have the same type of shit as the top dog. However worded you want to use, the top dog all looks the same and all of that shit, right? Now, here's the cool shit. In Egypt, how you have the top of the pyramids, right? In India and every other, like, even in Aztec,
there's pyramids everywhere.
Shit. And that shit shows in that drawings that top of the pyramid was what that shit flew in on. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Think about the pyramids in general and how they were even made, you know?
How the fuck do we know?
Like, you know how big those blocks are and how much they weigh each one? Like, how did...
Everyone's like, they had to be pushed up on ramps. Bro, how many people are pushing them things? Like, in Egypt, I don't know about the Aztecs or anything like that, but in the Egyptian pyramids of Giza, bro, one of those slabs... And there's 20,000 slabs
like 300 people to carry one of those blocks.
Those shits are, I think,
so how do you guys think
tons.
they did build it, since you guys don't...
And then the top, so that is the help.
I think my opinion is either there's two opinions. The alien theory of just that they came down, they did all these special things, set us up to get farther, and then we just forgot. Or it's the...
it's like that over time.
It's like the Atlantis theory. Yeah. It's where, like, there was a very advanced civilizations all throughout, but then nature took its course and they died out. Yes. And what we are right now is the reincarnation, or not reincarnation. We're the next step. Yes. We're humans after the catastrophe.
Well, yes, and that's the truth. Real quick, go ahead. The last part is 2 catastrophes actually happened.
Yeah, the Great Flood.
Yeah, 2 great floods. Yeah, there were 2 great floods, and then
the Ice Age.
Those actually happened. And you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, with that shit happening, you know what I mean? Like, with the 2 things and then the freezing, like, that happened.
Well, we should never take it out of consideration that there was more advanced versions of us.
Well, because for me, it's like, think about the Jesus story in general, right? And how I was kind of making satire of it a little bit just a moment ago. My bad. And how I was making, I was making a little satire of it a moment ago. But think about it, like, Jesus was real. It's been proven that he was real, through DNA and all this, other stuff. But he could have just... He could have been whatever he was, but as the story travels through ear to ear and all the different versions of the Bible, the story becomes so unbelievable that now we're at this point where not a lot of people actually believe it anymore.
It's like
but we know he was real, so it's like these stories of all these past greats and top dogs. They probably were there, but as the story travels along, now we're talking about fucking beasts with fucking flying wings, soaring through the skies, and
like the Egyptian gods. They're all based off an animal. We got the panther, the dog. And
this shit is so unbelievable, but it's traveled through time so much.
It's like the children's game telephone, where one person whispers, and then it just goes on, and then by the end, the word is. The words are completely different. So the story can, and we're talking about tens of thousands of years. So that whisper game has been going crazy for years. So it's just like, how fluid do you think those really are at the same time?
And man, you're making the point so dope because we know that some things we don't have. Yeah. For the whisper game to not be fucked up, it's translated on the walls. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So there is no whisper game for anybody to fuck up.
That, like,
the translation is there for you.
I think that's part of the after generations and generations, they became godlike figures, but they did probably all just start off of one regular person that did certain things that maybe eventually they had.
Because for example,
become gods in people's eyes. I do believe in gods and goddesses. I don't.
You guys know my
that
take
there's
on
just
that.
one god. I believe there's multiple, and they have a council on their own.
I just
they all
think
decide on how everything works. In the
us
world.
as people just know so little when we love to think we know so much.
But it's our
that
fault.
there could be.
But it's our fault
Gods,
as well.
Yeah,
Because there's historical,
only our fault.
like you said, the hieroglyphics. It's all out there. It's all there. It's all obtainable. All the history we need is there. But it's like I told you on the last podcast episode. It's like with history and how we are as a humanity today, 2023, after everything that's gone down, especially in the last 3 years specifically, and then from the transition to, I think it was a transition from Bush to Obama to Trump that really fucked America up. Like that
was weird.
I'm not saying any, and I'm not making a political stance here. I'm not saying any one of them is a problem more than the other, but it was that transition alone, that severe, heavy transition from going from Bush to Obama to Trump.
Because
fucked us.
Each of those different. Again, not going into politics or anything. Each of those different presidents were very far on each of their scales. One is very far right, and then really far left, and then we go to Trump really far. So like it's
really
just
far middle.
Trump was really far everywhere, but it's just like each president was to each extreme to where it's just like. But the country fluctuates so much when all these other countries, they have one person for years.
And before you get to that, because I know you're going to say something.
What I'm going to say. The weirdest shit I'm going to say. Wait, here's the weirdest shit, dude. Out of all of that. Do you know Trump is the one that actually fucking opened up the records on the UFO shit?
Oh yeah, Trump did.
That the craziest
I feel
shit
the thing about Trump
that,
is,
like,
Trump was just a rich, regular ass person.
Like
he wasn't a politician. I feel like he went into the presidency.
He's just a dumbass.
Like he wanted to. I guess
what we're talking about. He's the one that makes it relevant again.
I guess.
He
but that's what I'm saying. So because of all that, so to get to my point is like.
I guess he just wanted to be president, in my opinion, because he wanted to know the shit that none of us know. And that he was just a regular ass person, so he just wanted to know it.
He just wanted the power for a second, just to use it to his advantage, not
because he didn't think. I know you guys remember that night that he won and how we were all in disbelief. Like he was even in disbelief because he
was like, "What the fuck?"
He was walking out on that stage after he won. And he was like.
Because bro, my girl Hillary,
what the fuck?
My girl Hillary had like 2 million more votes than him.
He was so shook on that stage.
He was like, huh?
But my point is like with all these changes, we really don't know what to believe anymore now more than ever. So like, fuck, man. Like it's like the Columbus shit that I told you. It's like. For our whole lives, at one point, we were left to believe Columbus discovered America. He was the guy. Now,
the fact that is really preached in schools is...
But that's what I'm saying. Then we come to find out that wasn't the truth. So something as powerful as that could be twisted and told to us in a certain way. Like, what else was?
Everything.
Exactly.
Every fucking thing. And it's, like, hard to even trust. So, can I tell you, like, some of the shit that I learned and believed, like... People didn't even like. You can't go like you go to the internet now and stuff. So let's we're gonna take a trip back to the old.
I'll say
real quick,
if we just take out the last 25 years of existence, life was so different from 25 years and before.
Bro, listen, because half of the shit I believe it was only circulated from us like doing this shit right now. Like, yo, look at this shit, bro. Like, and you read some shit that somebody printed
40 years ago. No one would think that this was a thing.
Like, holy shit. Yes, for sure, but no recording. But you know what I mean, which is an oxymoron because it's a beautiful thing now. You know what I mean, that you could do everything that you was doing. You know what I mean. But it's like, yo, fucking, you know what I mean. Like, it's amazing, man. Like half of this shit.
I have a question then. So, like, since like that Columbus story, you guys feel like it's all twisted and stuff. How do you guys like believe?
Oh, my man pulled up.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How do you believe? What do you mean? How to finish your question? How do you believe?
Yeah, my bad.
How do you believe like America and everything was found? Like, how do you think it really was found?
Well, I mean, that's part of the story. That is part of the story, but you actually have to know the truth.
But what are you talking about?
Like, what do you guys believe is your truth? Like, what do you guys believe is the actual truth?
My
if
truth
you guys don't
was,
believe the actual story that was told.
Man, y'all want me to keep kicking this conversation.
Thousands of years before Columbus even got here, the Vikings and shit came and traveled, and then 1,000 years after that, the ice bridge between Russia and Alaska. So Asians came over, and they eventually became the fucking Native Americans. So there's been so many findings of America when it was just who knows before the Vikings that there might have been other civilizations here even before them. So
Man.
Every part of this world, no one knows who founded what. There's just like, because then there's like what Marco Polo, who they say traveled across the whole world and actually found. Yeah, it's just like, and so
I'm just gonna say like all of it. I believe is a fake story.
No.
And
they're variations of real stories.
What's your, like,
No. So my thing is that all of that shit has parts of the truth. You have to keep driving. So whenever they give you a person, so when you find out, so let's do particular, like you said, Christopher Columbus, America, all that shit, right? So first you find out the story of Christopher Columbus, right? And everything besides what you're taught in school tells you something completely different about Christopher Columbus besides what you're taught. Every other story. Okay, so then you delve into whatever story for you actually feels like the truth. Okay, so what I learned was like the Moors fucking taught Spain, all these people, all this different shit, how to like stop living like savages, like teaching them. Listen, how to literally, you know what I mean, have like toilets and sewer systems in the city and stuff. So they actually navigated the way for him to get here and all that kind of shit. And all of the rest of the story, we don't have to get into, like, you know, that's, you know, some other shit for what people believe.
Well, it's like we were saying with the
religion thing. It's just all he's a picture for what America wants.
Every story has a truth and a false.
I feel like in his story that he took over America. It wasn't that he found it, he took over it.
Well, I don't know.
So he had to do it. Christopher Columbus was priced to do a few trips that America had to come here. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna spit some shit real quick. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. So, would you guys agree that the people that are in power, predominantly now, politicians and shit, they were in power when all this started? Right? We can agree.
Yeah, they had kings and...
Right. Well, no, not that. But I mean, when America first started.
Oh, when America... Yeah.
Like everything.
Right.
Yeah. I think Christopher Columbus was... I'm not saying fake, like he wasn't a real person. I think he was a figurehead in the whole story.
Just like everybody on the money.
Right. Because
you understand what I'm saying? They're figureheads. Their real stories is shitty.
Because all of
this, my God.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You know how
just
today,
like that. Christopher Columbus is one of them types.
You know how today, like the Illuminati, for example, like we would believe that's true now. Like we would absolutely believe it.
Now.
Like,
but we haven't talked about Illuminati in like 3 months.
But we would at least believe it's true. There's some high power society that's just running everything.
There's pictures. Alex Jones literally got into the woods.
So you're keeping that, right?
It's
proven.
Things.
It's proven.
Yeah.
So over time, my thing is that the Illuminati didn't just come into power at some random point in time and take over everything. We would know about that because the people that were in power would fight back, and it would be a big war.
The
and
Illuminati
it would be public.
Starts from like
they must have made like a treaty.
The 1700s.
That's what I'm saying is that they formalized all this. Like they just told us the story that Christopher Columbus and all that. Like they organized this and they organized everything.
I think all these stories are based off of something that was real.
Yeah.
And the story's just eventually, like we said, it's just
a
telephone.
I don't think it was necessarily Columbus. I just think like a whole bunch of people just came in and took America.
They did. But Columbus was the starting.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't really.
But Tom, you're correct. You're just not doing the deep dive. The point is, every civilization has to be started the same exact way. Yeah. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
It wasn't Genghis Khan who just came over there for China.
Everyone has to have like the story that galvanizes whatever they trying to do, no matter what anybody else believes.
And they always just have to put a name behind it.
Yes, whoever funds it, you understand?
Which was England.
But real quick, to get a break from this whole conversation.
Because we are going in right now.
Yeah, we are.
Matt,
she got us lit.
Just survived. Well, not survived, but Matt just got through his first blunt rotation.
With no problem.
How are you feeling, Matt?
How you feeling, man?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
I just had to feel because I was putting the blunt. I was like, wait, that was Matt's first like blunt rotation.
So just to spin before we come back, tell me what everybody listening to right now.
Music wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Wait, what? Imagine none of that was recorded.
No, it was. Most of it was. If it stopped. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say because we were just spitting.
Yeah. So what everybody just to kind of break it up and
like music wise.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just ask that question again.
Yeah. So tell me, what does everybody listen to? Top 3 songs in rotation.
His top 3 songs.
I got my phone on me. It's over
In
there.
rotation. Yep, without the phone being here.
No, without the phone.
So I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even
I was
gonna
gonna say
lie.
because I'm bad with names and shit.
I would say one of the songs. So sometimes I go back and listen to stuff because Starboy off of one of the Weeknd albums. There's a Starboy. It was a self-titled song.
Weeknd is a gangster.
That because this is a controversial topic. The Weeknd is the modern day Michael Jackson. But anyway, singing wise, not the dancing wise, but singing wise, because the only other competition we would maybe Chris Brown or maybe Bruno Mars.
Well, that's the thing because I thought Bruno was because he performed on the Super Bowl and everything, but his momentum.
I just think the Weeknd has it all. Other than the dancing.
Well, talent wise, I think the conversation would be Weeknd, but Bruno
Hot
Mars.
take, good take.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Without the dancing,
Yeah.
his tone, his pitch, and what he's trying to
Just
have you
music
grab
alone,
into
yes.
on how he sings and what he wants you to think he is.
Yeah.
With
Because
his
he has rap fans
modern
that love
day,
him,
you
so
know what I'm
that's-
saying? Like he's a Michael Jackson dude.
I would say
without the visuals.
going back into your question, I would say Starboy. I definitely have had heavy in my rotation for no reason because it's not a song I just found. I heard it once in my car like recently, and I was just like, oh nah. So I have that heavy in my rotation right now. I actually have a local artist song in my rotation.
Okay.
Ruby Rich with Teasy.
Okay.
Yeah, that ain't new to us or some shit like that. That's actually a banger.
Okay.
Like when that album came out and right in line with Lil Baby's album, I'm gonna be real. I'm listening to the Ruby's album more than that Lil Baby album.
I mean, Lil Baby album wasn't.
The Lil Baby album was dirt. Every beat and production sounded the same. There's 2 songs I grabbed out of there.
Which ones?
I don't know the names, bro.
I like California Breeze.
California Breeze is my favorite song.
I think California Breeze, and then what? I think one starts with an F.
So I wasn't acting shocked because you said the album was bad because I didn't think the album was good either. I was just saying song was trash.
No, not every.
Oh,
I'm saying
I was gonna say
if I'm grading the whole album as a whole, it's a very mid to bad album. The phone. But I would say, and then maybe my third, your phone's right here. Maybe my third song would probably be like, I don't even know. Probably some I think like Fredo Bang right now in Baton Rouge and Louisiana. Okay. I like him a lot right now. Maybe one of his songs because I've been going into his discography a lot. Okay. And I've been picking out a lot of shit. But maybe something by him because he has that big feud with NBA YoungBoy. Yeah. So I love that. I just love that back and forth. Yeah. And so maybe something by him is probably my third.
If you needed a top 3 for me. We probably start with Future, Cody, and Crazy. Okay. Because, like, as you mentioned, the Starboy one, it's like, that's a song that
he's in one of my top 3 right now.
Really?
He's in one.
Yeah, like, Future, for me, he's getting to a level, man. Yeah. Future's getting to a real, undeniable, like, he was on the charts.
I'm gonna piss you off what I'm gonna say after that.
You can say whatever you want.
No, and I love Future.
No, I'll agree with you, because I feel like I know what you're gonna say. He's not that good at what he does, but
No, that is
no. I meant, like as an actual, like, rapper.
No, that is no
rapper. Like, if he was to sing and give bars.
I didn't say top 3 rap songs. Top 3 songs.
Future is an underrated lyricist. I'm not saying he's lyrical, but he throws double entendres and stuff like that, similes out left and right.
I'll sit here and agree with someone if they say, like, Future's not the best rapper. I can sit there and agree with someone.
What I'm going to say is Future, he had like 3-4 albums, self-titled, Monster, DS for, like...
You need to listen to some Future if you're going to say what I...
But what I'm saying is because I've listened to his last few albums heavy to try to get really into them, and I pulled a lot of songs out. But he went on a really, really legendary stretch, and I'd say his last maybe 2.5 years, he hasn't fallen off, but there's a dip. There's definitely a dip.
But he's still vibing.
He's still in top 5 in the genre.
He's still vibing.
He's the only artist last year to be on the charts every single week.
All right, now
Drake missed 1 week.
Yeah, Drake. I know Drake missed one. So wait, you got Future, Cody and Crazy.
Cody and Crazy.
Yep.
Me and her, we listen to a lot of, like, real vibey music, so it's not even anything, like, crazy.
I like the new Trippie Red song. He was, like, going...
Yeah, with Future, Psycho.
Oh, Psycho, yeah. I gotta get into that album.
On my top
that's
right
probably
now.
gonna be in my top 3, as I listen
I gotta listen to that album. There's just 25 songs. bro, I don't go into a Trippie Redd album
that's a lot
expecting 25. I want
Alright,
like.
so what's your third?
I want 16.
That wouldn't even be my second.
It's just in there.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be. I love the song. Love by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That song has just like I don't even know why. Like I'm just fucking loving that song.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have
Rich
a third.
Spirit off of his Alpha of Mr. Morale.
Yeah.
Rich Spirit, I love. I mean, N95 is obviously like up there, but
There's
Rich
so much
Spirit
because
is
it's like
goated.
there's Digits from Young Thug.
Oh my god.
I've been listening to some Kodak. There's
Man, I
more
wish I had my
Future.
phone.
Hey, man, come on. No, man. 3 songs, bud. 3
Yeah, no, that's
songs,
what I'm
bud.
saying. But
Alright, so
if I had a third,
He's
I
got
guess.
his heat on.
Yeah, he tripping. Ah, man.
No, I'm talking about you. You got some. I didn't even realize.
Oh, man.
Your
Thank
shoes,
you.
bro.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
you got
bro.
some.
Thank you, bro.
Some fire. But
so
if I did have a third, because I know you're about to say some great shit,
Oh, no, yeah,
so I don't want to prevent you from greatness.
No, I told you one is with yours.
Mile High.
oh yeah, I put you on that song.
Yeah,
That's one of
Mile
my
High is a
favorites.
really,
From who?
really
Who's that?
good. Travis Scott,
Oh, okay.
Metro Boomin, James Blake. But like I said, I listen to.
That's a
I got
combo.
say 3. My fault.
That would be the 3. But
You said
that's
10,
my
yeah.
issue with music is that I'm listening to like so much.
Yeah, I
like,
listen to so much.
she can probably contest to it. We probably listen to the same like 25 songs in the car all the time, maybe 25 to 30, and it's like it's hard to come up with
My
that 30.
songwriting is different from yours, so.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I would probably say maybe if I would take one of mine out, not in my head by Lil TJ.
Yes.
That's definitely in my heavy rotation.
So
I'm still smoking.
Yeah.
Are you looking at me to see what my
Oh, no.
Oh, my 3, I'm gonna go with Future and Lil Durk. They got a song that's fire. I can't remember the name of it. I keep listening to that shit because
Anything with
They have
Future,
a couple
Dirk,
songs.
Dirk said some shit like he happy he ain't in the indictment because he called Thug and told him all the motherfuckers he shot. That shit's funny as hell. I'm listening to that. I'm listening to Ab Soul.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Damn, so
Very underrated.
if I pick a song on that, because I just let that play.
Wait, who?
Ab Soul.
Okay.
All right, Ab Soul. If I pick a song on that, it's FOMF that I listen to, and then I gotta have a vibe. Jill Scott.
Gotta have a vibe.
Just,
Jill Scott.
I like that.
You mentioned one of mine. Mine's Mile High. And I like
That
Get
song
High
is
by
really-
Logic.
Nice.
Ooh, Logic. Okay. Interesting.
And Gone for the Winter by Fabulous.
Ooh, love the Fab Love.
Yeah.
Ooh, love the
Yeah,
Fab
I'm an
Love.
old head.
Yeah.
So.
Yo, did y'all
I like French
see-
Montana too. I'm a
Low key
big
in my
fan.
rotation is still
You gotta have Fab. I was listening to Fab the last time we talked. I was on Fab.
I have that one. Oh, what's
I
that
feel like
Fab
Fab
song
just
in my
spits some
rotation?
real shit. Like he doesn't always come out with music. Like
Yes.
he's
Well,
not always.
I have
in the
Also,
top,
that's
the
like-
Fab
issue
song in my
is that
rotation
if
for a
J. Cole's old shit was on like Apple Music, there'd be a lot of shit I'd be listening.
He put out a song this week. Over.
Yeah, I was actually about to
Yeah,
bring that
yeah,
up.
yes.
I was about to say, how'd you guys feel about that?
Yes,
So
over.
I
He-
didn't.
So he YouTube started. Well, he was
Yeah.
like struggling for motivation because he admitted it too. Is that because he has this album that's coming out this year, but he's actually struggling to actually like create what's gonna be on it. He's like having like writer's block.
Yeah.
So he said he went on YouTube and he looked up J.
You said
Cole.
J.
type
Cole?
beat. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah, so he looked up
J.
J. Cole type beat, and one of them that he really liked, he made a song off and sent it to the dude so that the dude can release it on his YouTube channel.
Yeah. But
That was
what's
hard.
weird
That was
about the
fire.
J. Cole
And the
thing
song
is,
was fire.
last year, when he made Off Season, they said they came out with like 50 songs they wanted to put on that album, and it took, what was there, 18 off that?
Yeah.
I think there was 18.
Well, he said
they
some
said
of
they were
those-
going to take the rest of those, or at least half of the rest of those, and put it on the one that's supposed to be coming this year.
Okay.
But I guess he isn't, because he said he's in writer's block and he wants more songs. So I don't know what they're doing, but there's so many unreleased. J.
So
Cole.
who's your guys' favorite artist? Since we're talking about music, like
Give
only
a top
one.
three. Top
no,
three.
Yeah, no.
But I'm saying, what
Harry
type?
top three. Harry
No,
top
don't
three.
do that. That's hard.
One is harder.
Yeah, it's hard.
All
Because
right, so let's do this.
for me, I've been through
Best
mad
art.
generations.
We're gonna do
Just top artists. Doesn't have to be a number, but who do you listen to the most right now?
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a great way
yeah.
to put it. They're not my favorite all
But
time.
who you just got- who
They're
you
not
listen to the
anything like
most?
that. But who do I listen to the most? Wow, man. Nah, y'all go for it. You want me to go first?
Nah, you can go. You can go.
Wow.
I just jumped off that one.
Right. Future, J. Cole,
That's
and
fucked up, man.
That's fucked up.
I mean, Future, J. Cole. Yeah, that is fucked up.
Because they might not be my favorite artist.
Well, it's always because
Right,
Future and J. Cole will always be in my rotation.
Man, you've always been a J. Cole junkie, bro.
So my favorite don't put out music as much as
Kendrick.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he don't put out music,
But his music is so fire,
and it lasts.
Like, you know what I'm
It's
realizing
timeless.
now,
It lasts, yes.
and it's crazy because "Damn" is an album that I'm loving now more than when it came out.
Bro, I put so many
Because
people
it's a
onto
soundtrack,
Damn.
bro.
It's a
You
soundtrack.
want to know
It's a
why?
soundtrack.
You want to know
You know
why
what
he
I'm
put
saying?
so many people on a Damn? Is because he put his face on the fucking album
Oh, he doesn't even.
bro.
Can you
so,
post-
I gotta see
oh
that.
my
Yeah,
god.
you gotta let me
Or no,
see
you can
that.
just probably.
Yeah, let me see. You're gonna open my.
Yeah, that's a soundtrack.
I didn't know you had the face thing on. I was just
that
gonna
is a
swipe up.
soundtrack, man. Like you just let that play. You
Nah,
can-
but Damn,
and it
I
makes
just-
you feel away just through
Me and-
everything playing.
Me and Dev, when we worked at Kmart way back, when Kmart was still a thing. Yeah, we listened to Damn like on repeat. Like there was so many times where me and this guy I put my
That's
somebody
dope.
somebody
has
had
his profile picture for like 5 years.
so our boy Dev he had just a video of me and then just paused it and took a random face.
It was a 4-year run.
And and
It was a 4-year
I was looking at it and I was listening to Damn and I was like, oh nah, I could definitely put my face over Kendrick's. And so yeah, people loved that. But
That's hard.
oh no, for years we were listening to Damn. Like me and this
Yes.
guy over Battlefield 1, we'd be playing that shit and then Damn would be in the background.
Yeah.
And Damn was heavy in my
Yeah, we've
rotation
had
for so long.
some good times with music.
Talk
We've
about
had
old
some
songs.
great-
What's your favorite, like, 90s to, like, 2000s?
Can't Let You Go by Fab in the 90s or is that 2000? I think it's early 2000s.
2000.
Okay, damn. Because that's one of my favorite songs of all time.
I'll count,
So
like,
last
till,
time
like,
we
early
talked-
2000s. You could do
But you
something
said
like
90s?
So last time we talked, I said like the purple tape, right? So that's why I was kind of tripped when he asked me like something like the same way because I don't like. That's just something that I listen to all the fucking time, but it's not like he's not my favorite rapper. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because the same way, like you said, damn. That album, if you ever get a chance, if you haven't already, listen to Raekwon the Chef, Only Built for Cuban Links.
Okay.
Right? Because
that's
it
a good
is
song.
the same thing. It did the same thing exactly how you explained Dan.
Raekwon is so
and that's
slept
why I
on.
didn't want, but he's so dope, and him
Yeah,
and Ghostface
yeah.
together, and that's his first album.
Yeah.
So when you listen to it, it's gonna put you in the same thing like what you said with Dan, because it's one of those things that you let play, and it's just a vibe, even if the skit is fucking playing. You know what I'm saying? Because they where they're at, and they telling you some shit, you like, oh my fucking god.
Our generation
That shit
and
is
still
earlier,
was
they
still-
respect you.
Still
They
DRE
respect
was that
them,
early
but-
2000s?
shit's
Huh?
fucking hard.
Still DRE.
Still Dre. That was
my
on a
God.
2000 tape.
That's
That
crazy.
was, that was on 2000, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
early 2000s.
Well, no, that was 2000. He dropped
Oh,
it
that's
in
what,
2000.
that
am I
shit,
allowed
bro.
to say that?
She said late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
Or
Oh yeah,
90s,
go with
2000s.
that. Go with that. Yeah, I love that.
Still
song.
Dre is a bop.
Yes.
It's a bop. I mean, but then if I'm just talking about 90 songs, you could pick any Biggie. I'm a Biggie fanatic. You can pick
Yes.
any Biggie track.
Bro.
Story to Tell, Suicidal Thoughts. You could put the
Locks.
Hold Your Head if you put the Bob Marley version. Oh my god! And then you have Locks. You got
Bro, we've had so many good times over PSN.
just
like just
talking
listening to
about music. Yeah.
Just
My
listening
song
to
was
music and everything.
Cupid by 1-1.
1112.
112.
112. Yeah.
There's just so many.
Yeah, it's too
songs.
much. For me,
And
that's
and
my
then, like-
era, so that's
and then
hard.
I just-
that whole, I'll say that whole
I just don't want
shit
to. I just don't want to.
is a soundtrack.
I
I bet you
wanna
that
know-
time was so amazing though. when
Oh
that
my
music
god,
dropped.
living through that. Oh my god, I would love to.
What?
Living
What
through
were
the
those
90s.
vibes like?
The vibes was crazy. Same shit. Same shit.
Oh, remember Candy Rain? That
Yes,
was
like
my
the
song.
vibe was the same, except like there was just a little bit more like I don't have to DM you or snap you to kind of like, you know what I mean. I definitely, hey, what's happening, like or whatever, you know what I mean. Or fucking start dancing in front of you and we in the club and shit. You know what I mean, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Now you know you go through some parameters and shit.
Yeah, there's so many contingencies on
Yeah, you
today's
gotta do a
life.
bunch of shit. But you know, I respect
High
that.
off life.
So all right, we got the top three.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Future, J. Cole, and
oh shit, we didn't even finish that one.
Yeah. God damn, Future, J. Cole, and probably Weeknd is a good candidate for that.
Bro, The Weeknd, I'm
Like,
starting to
I love
really
his
dig it because
music.
I remember a lot of his early shit when he first popped off,
Yeah.
and then I've listened to some recent shit, but all that in between, I don't know much of it, so I want to go back and just run through his discography just because. He is so talented,
Fire,
man. He is so talented.
I didn't think I could like someone like a dude that sings that much.
But and that's the thing. There isn't
nice.
many guys that sings that I can get into. Like there's some maybe old school guys like Joe or something.
Because he makes
like,
sure that is something for you
Well,
on there
it's
because
something.
that shit
Yeah.
I guess my third.
So,
my third is Drake by default. I guess
you can't not say Drake.
Yeah,
Right.
most listened to.
That's why when you asked me that the last time,
Drake has
because
to
I'm
be
thinking
in
about
there.
it now, and Drake's that artist that no matter what I do or say, I cannot avoid his music.
Yes,
And
that's why when you said that last time,
Yeah.
I said no brainer. I said Drake.
Yeah,
It's no way to get around him.
For me.
Come on, man. And that shit slapped. That whole
album was fire.
Bro, that
Yeah, I was
album
about to
was-
ask, what's your guys' opinions on that whole album?
So-
But that's
to
what,
me-
I need that more from artists where they just like a couple artists just
Have fun on an
get in
album,
the
bro.
booth and just fucking
See, so when I first listened to it, because I have my opinion on 21 and Drake, I think they're a fantastic duo. And like Knife Talk, that I wanted Knife Talk.
better than Drake and Future.
That's what I was about to say. So we was talking about Drake collabs.
They make better songs.
You think so?
Well, it's just because like
I can't believe you just said that.
well because no there's past songs of Drake and Futures that I really like.
They have a whole album.
Like
So
where your
I'll
ass is
say
at.
one, even
But, like,
without
I'm
Used to
saying-
This would kill even
Oh,
that whole album.
That's what I was good, and that I love that song.
Used
by
to
the way.
This
I
would
love
kill
that
that
song.
whole album.
But what I'm saying is like they have their hits, but it's like when Drake and 21 they like do projects like this and they do multiple songs together.
Well, 'cause
it's just like it's all
21 is
you
kind
vibe
of
to every single song.
yeah. 21 is kind of in
Drake
like a
makes sure
horror
that-
rap realm.
Yeah.
That's how 21 operates. And then Drake is just a loving, fun-loving guy.
Yeah.
So when you put both of them on the track, you get that
Yeah.
mixture.
And Drake want to make sure of that.
Yeah, 100%. But the thing, when I first listened to Her Loss, I wanted Knife Talk on every track.
Yes.
I wanted that vibe
Yeah,
on
yeah.
every track. And when I first started listening to it, the first like 4 songs, I'm like,
Oh no, I was like, what's
I had to
going on?
run it back. I didn't even. I only got 4 songs in, and I'm like, let me start over. 'Cause I gotta listen to this. And so the first couple listens, I wasn't really a fan. 5th, 6th listen through, I
Yeah.
love it. It's just it starts hitting OD.
Yeah,
Because
the
they
way
do their
designed
own
that.
thing.
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
just makes sure
Oh, yeah.
that 21 vibes. Like
Right.
Exactly.
you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He knows
Like,
he knows 21 can fill those pockets.
Yeah,
when
that
he
shit's
gets off.
fire. So
Yeah.
I like it. You know what I mean? Because they do their same thing. 21
Right.
not doing nothing other than what 21 do.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
in the Drake way, that shit sounds.
I mean, I don't know, and that's what I mean. It's just like the whole collection of Drake and 21 would beat the whole collection of Drake and Future. But then you have the singular hits from Drake and Future that I think smoke every single thing that Drake and 21 have done together. So yeah,
like,
I agree
it's
with that.
crazy.
Those are 2
Yeah.
really good duos.
Yeah.
But it's just like what I mean, like the
Future crazy.
collection of Drake and 21. It's like I feel like every song that I've listened to from them, there hasn't been a miss, and I
But I
know
wanna
for
ask-
sure that I've heard some
Jimmy
misses
I
from
want
Crooks.
Drake.
to ask one more
Oh
time.
my
Jimmy
god!
Crooks is
Can I
a
ask
man.
one more time?
Love that song.
Can I ask Tom one more time? Like, he said the collection of Future and Drake.
No, like the songs that they've made together.
Yeah, you said that it's better than is 21 and Drake's is better.
Like if I was to sit here,
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
And
'Cause
if
Drake and
I just want to record.
well, if I'm driving and I need to choose, like, and they're like, okay, well, we can only give you the songs that Drake and 21 have made together, or we can give you the songs that Drake and Future have made together. I'd probably choose the ones that Drake and 21 have made.
Okay. All right.
No,
But like
I don't know.
but like I
about
told you,
that.
I don't think
well,
so.
but that's what I'm saying. Like
and
where
for you being a diehard Future
but
fan,
that's
I
what-
respect
because
that.
I'm saying like where the I don't know comes in is because there's probably 3 or 4 tracks that Drake and Future have made that are significantly better than anything.
But you're talking about
But
as a
I'm
whole
saying,
collective.
yeah, like as a
Because Drake,
collective.
Drake and Future
Like,
definitely had some.
Every song
yeah.
that I listen to from Drake and 21, I'm just like I'm
Yes.
having a fucking
Yeah,
blast.
will
so
say
so
that.
them being
Yeah,
even
I
them
will
being
agree.
even keeled definitely beats the ups and downs from.
Yeah, but like I said,
Okay, I
there's
feel you,
songs
but-
like Drake and Future made, like you said, that very underrated song. Say that title again.
Used to this.
Used to this, right?
What?
The song that people don't even fuck with no more, really like that. I
That
still
shit
fuck
was
with it. You
crazy.
be hearing it in the car every now and then. It would be
That
like,
shit
you would be
crazy.
vibing, but
Yeah.
like That's what I mean. Like, there's probably 3, 4, 5 songs that I wouldn't even.
Yeah.
All right, change of topic.
Jimmy
I
Crooks.
wanted to think about what if it popped in my head.
I might listen to that now after this. On our way, remind me to play Jimmy Crooks on our way to
Jimmy
your
Crooks is
parents.
a slapper.
But that started it though, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because
That's
on
basically
what
started it, because
what was his
on-
album before?
Yeah, that was on that.
Honestly, Nevermind.
Yeah,
they had that on there as a teaser to the Her Loss,
Mm-hmm.
because the whole album was a love album until you got the Jimmy Crooks where they're just wilding out. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so that was just a teaser to this one that came out 5 months later. Yeah. Because two Drake albums is
the
crazy.
question, I think I asked you and Matt this before, but now he's here, might as well ask all three of you. I was gonna ask, like, what happens if you're dating somebody, but you never knew they had a prosthetic leg until you were in bed with them?
Yo, if Dev was here, this would hit home.
What would you do in that moment?
We have a friend that's been in this situation.
We have a friend that, like, I had met the chick when he had started to talk to her.
No,
she had both legs. They were there. I can promise you, both of them bitches were there. A few months goes by, she starts hitting him back up. He's at college. And so he starts entertaining her, da-da-da. He comes back down.
Our friend's a wild dude.
He comes back down to Sconnect, and they link up, and she just has a prosthetic on that bitch, and he just goes, where the fuck your leg go? Because 6 months ago, that shit was there.
Wow.
You said, what would we do if we
you
link
didn't
up?
know, like, you never knew you guys were going on dates, you really liked her, but you guys are finally gonna do it.
I was in person with her,
Oh
and I
my
didn't know
gosh.
this.
Yeah,
Well, no, because it's like one of those good prosthetic legs.
Yeah.
And she wears pants all the time.
So you already know though, if it's a prosthetic, if you about to get busy,
I was gonna say take that shit off.
That comes off.
Yeah.
What if
There's
she
no
tries
way
to keep it on?
You know what I'm saying? There's no way to.
Like, she's
Nah,
insecure.
Yeah, like,
No.
you didn't know, like, what happens if you didn't know, you're taking her pants off, and then you
Oh,
realize...
if I'm in mid
Nah, I got a
and
question
I just
for
see
you.
Metal, I'm just like, whoa.
Nah, I got a question for you. Alright, so what if you are the woman with the prosthetic leg, right? How far are you pushing that?
Yeah,
Like, are you keeping it on while y'all having sex, and if he finds out, he finds out? How far are you pushing this?
I don't think that you.
how does she not find out?
Yeah, I don't think there's
I'm
no
always
way
gonna
to
get to my
find
house
out.
and just be like, hey!
Well, first off, as a dude, I'm
So
just
you're
gonna
telling me you're just gonna sit there and just...
I'm home!
as a dude, I'm just gonna be like, yo, how didn't you tell me this before now?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
But I'm about to fuck, so I'm not just gonna not fuck.
It depends.
Oh, so you're gonna keep going.
Oh, I'm just gonna run it out, and then I'm just never gonna probably talk to her again.
Yo, we're on High Off Life, right? I'm gonna be like, damn, we're gonna have to talk about this, shorty, but you know what? I'm just gonna get high. I'm ready. This is something, I'm fucking...
I was ready to go before this. I'm not ready to go now.
I'm touching her, like, fucking bum leg and everything.
The nut? Just going hard on the nut?
I'm just touching it, like, I'm grabbing it, I'm going ham. I'm doing...
You
I'm
need
doing
a little
what I gotta
leverage,
do.
just throw the nub over your little crease right here, just go crazy.
Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it has to come off. There's no way. Like, because listen, modern prosthetics have some sort of metal or something.
Yeah.
So if you doing something, like, I don't want to get cut or...
But think of the...
Imagine it was a peg leg.
Now think of the positions you can hit too, because like now you can go like kind of
yeah.
sideways.
Yeah.
You can go sideways. way
She's
more.
missing a whole limb.
Oh
You can go in different
Yes,
angles.
it's so
The
much more
angles
fun.
are
Yo,
crazy.
I might end up liking it. I might swing her leg around. Like I might start wilding. Like yo, we're gonna have a blast, bro. Nah. Yo, if you lose your leg, babe, we gonna be just fine. We gonna be good.
First polio, now this.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
I'm trying to think
This
of
is great.
something else that was
Swing the fucking leg in the air.
That got me stunned by the answer.
Oh, random 518. Oh.
We've only been on this for 57 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. So tell me, give me a, let me get a High Off Life Plus story. All right.
Okay.
So we already High Off Life Plus
all the extras.
Something else.
All the fun.
something else. Give me a story.
You can start this one off, Thomas.
Well, we've already told the story where...
Like most embarrassing story.
Oh, we already told my
we told your
eye
embarrassing story where you like threw up so hard and then
Popped blood vessels
you
in
thought
my
you
eye.
couldn't drink anymore.
Yeah, thought I was dying.
But thank God you can still drink.
Do you have anything in yours?
Yeah.
Oh, lit. Okay.
Alright, so what's your most embarrassing story?
My most embarrassing story.
It has to be about like anything. It has to be like deeply embarrassing.
Wait, does it have to do with at least being drunk or high?
Whoa, no.
Because I thought that's what we were doing.
High off life. She just tripped you up, buddy.
Are you tripped up?
High off life. Plus. Drinking.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Something else.
Doing crack.
I don't care. It's up to you to disclose. But high off life plus craziest story. It could have been GNC vitamins.
Imagine being clapped off the GNC vitamins.
Plus.
Well, I'll tell. This isn't no crazy story, but I'll just keep it within the theme. And first time I got high, so yeah, I was with this dude in AC. There was like 6 or 7 of us.
This was crazy.
We took the week, like half a week down to AC. We went up Friday morning, left Monday morning, and so the nice little weekends. And like 2 days in, we decided to take a trip down to Six Flags, and because I think it was Fright Fest or some shit. And so everyone, this guy, he's like, bro, you told me you would get high if it's the right time. This is the right time. And so I'm like, all right, sure.
We're the best friends.
And so on the way up to AC, everyone was eating edibles except for me because I wasn't getting high. And so they were all eating half the edibles and getting fucked. And these are all guys who smoke heavily. And so 2 days later, they had one whole edible left.
Going to that Six
Flags.
Oh
yeah. So we all had one, or they had one edible left, and so he's convincing me. And our boy Dev says, "Oh, I have an extra one. Here you go." And so in my head, I'm a fat boy at heart. So I started eating it, and they had said, "Yo, don't eat the whole thing. You're gonna get smoked."
This motherfucker.
It was a cereal bar edible, and it was
Is apple fritter?
No, it was Reese Puffs.
I thought it was apple fritter.
I wish apple fritter that would have gone crazy.
Apple fritter, baby.
That would have gone crazy. But no, I had a Reese's Puff one. And I just started eating it and it was good. And I'm fat and I loved it. So I just put that shit back and yeah. And we go like a half an hour. We go to, I think, did we go No, we went to Chick-fil-A. It was too full. We went to Wendy's. We just ate. And I'm like, why isn't this shit doing anything yet? I'm feeling normal.
Oh no, yeah, because I remember you saying that. I kept telling you, I was like, just wait. Yeah, I was mad evil about it. I was like,
we're
just
eating,
wait.
and you're like, just wait. So we get back to the van, and I close the door. Boom! Right when I close the door, everything in my life changed in that moment. Just everything went tunnel vision, and I was just seeing this, and everything else around it was blurry as fuck. And I'm just like, oh God, it's happening. And so I didn't know how to handle that shit. I'm looking at everybody, and all of them are starting to peep that I'm like getting real. Yeah, and so I just start looking out the window. The water was fucking me up because we're in Jersey. We're passing a lot of water. And so I just got scared as hell because I started thinking this is going to last forever. And so I went to sleep. Woke up, we're at Six Flags, and these motherfuckers... Still baked. These motherfuckers, I don't do roller coasters. I'm a bitch. I hate heights.
Mind you, we're going to the Jersey.
We're going to this. That one has the tallest roller coaster in the world.
The King the second biggest roller
coaster. No, it's the tallest one now.
Now it is because the other one.
It's the tallest one in the world, and I hate heights. And they're convincing me this line is to a small ass roller coaster.
So there was the if you've ever been there, you'll know
it's the King
it's such a big roller coaster that the lines are next to other lines for the ride. So Matt didn't really know what line we were in. Yeah. So I was just convincing him. I was like, yeah, we're on the line.
You and Vaughn, bro.
I was like, yeah, we're on the line for this ride. It was like a simple, basic. It was like the bobsled, I think.
Some shit.
It was something like
the bobsled.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, we're going to that. It's gonna be fine.
And I did the bobsled on our one in Lake George, so I was like, oh, it'll be fine, whatever.
But now we were in the line.
They were in the King of Co one, and so I'm like 3/4 of the way through, and that's when it hits me. I'm like, oh, we're in the wrong line, and so I'm about to just jump ship. And
but he couldn't because we're in this huge ass line, but we're towards the front.
It's like
so he would have fucked
150 people worth of people behind us, but the thing was, I zooted. I turn around, and there's just 3 bad bitches. I'm like, damn, I can't be a bitch. And so I just turned around and I just went
That's
for it.
what did it.
Nah, that roller coaster had me shook. That shit was, but I was just too high to just take it all in. So I was just like, I'm gonna die. It was fucked. It was definitely not a good experience.
Yeah,
First time. I got too high.
I guess the most embarrassing story would have been my first time taking an edible.
Okay.
So I was on a baseball team in college, and everyone, knows in college you're doing stupid shit normally. So, one of the kids, or one of the dudes that was there, he was just like, hey, I'm going to be getting edibles. And, whoever wants them on the team, just give me $20. So I was like, you know what? I never had an edible before. I got the week off from work and everything. I'm about to get an edible. But this was towards the end of this was towards the end of my week at work. Off. I had to work like 3 days from now or whatever. I thought I was gonna be good. Little did I know. But 3 days away. So I got it. It was this big ass brownie, like homemade, like these homemade shits, big shit.
Yes.
Nobody in the world advised me
to eat a piece.
Did you get this?
Yeah, it went around.
Just making sure. See? It's like no.
I rolled that one.
No, I was just making sure you did.
Yeah, I'm high as fuck.
But so yeah, it was just big ass brownie, and no one advised me to take a piece of it. So when it came time, we were all on PSN. And I was like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna eat mine, whatever. So I went, I don't know why, I was mad secretive with my parents. So I went down in the basement to do laundry. And I just opened the shit, I just devoured the whole
Instead
brownie,
of while you
bro.
were in your room, you went all the way to the basement with it?
And then I came back up and this one, the most powerful ones take forever to hit.
Absolutely.
So like 45, 50 minutes, I'm talking to them, like we're still playing Fortnite and everything. And I'm just like, yo, guys, like, did you guys, like, get scammed or something? Like, I'm not high at all. And then all of a sudden, bro, we were playing Fortnite, and I was running into a mountain. And then I thought I was playing the game, and then they were like, yo, Saxby, what are you doing, bro? The circle already closed. Like, we need you. We're about to fight. I'm like, bro, I'm right there with y'all. And, bro, my character is just running into the mountain. And then I finally, like, shook my head and snapped out. I was like, whoa! And then the next game, and then it hit for everybody else. I was just dancing on top of the car the next game. Bro, I kid you not. I was sitting there for so long, just high, trying to play. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was like, guys. And then I just started laughing. So I laughed for an hour straight. I don't know why. I was just laughing. Every time I composed myself and got back on, I just started laughing again. My face was hurting, so I was like, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go now.
What you don't know is, I've sat through so many of those.
That's so
where this man is just laughing for 40 minutes to an hour.
And then, and I just couldn't stop. But this one, it just felt permanent. I was like, I need help. And then it finally stopped. I was like, guys, it stopped. I'm out. I'm gone. So then I stood up and I froze. Bro, I couldn't move. I was like, fuck. My dad even walked by. My dad walked by. He came. He's like,
my son Walter.
He's like, yeah, you okay? What's going on? I was like, I'm looking for my phone. I was just frozen. And then I collapsed on my bed and I laid there for like 5 hours awake and just gone. And then the next day I woke up at like 4 p.m. And then my dad was like, you're still in bed, Walter, just, on my case for no reason. And he's just like, oh, you okay? And I was like, I got up and I looked at him. I'm still high as fuck. I was like, what the fuck did I take? I'm just high as shit. I was like, oh, I'm sick. And then I went down and I just watched movies and I just laid there high. And the next day I thought I was good. And I had to work. Like I said, this is 3 days from then. Thought I was good to go. I woke up and I was like, I'm free. I'm never doing that shit again. Sat up and I'm like, whoa, buddy, this isn't good. I gotta work today. I went to work and they said I bought chips and stood in like the photo booth. Because I was a supervisor at Rite Aid, so I guess I just bought chips and just hibernated to the booth.
Oh my God.
And then I just told people that I was sick all day. And I was just
hiding in the fucking photo booth?
And I think I wasn't unhigh until like I was counting the register that night, which was clutch, because I fucked it up a couple times. I was like, fuck, you gotta focus, and then all of a sudden it just blew my high, and it was just... That was sad.
Count money, numbers.
But dude, 3 days I was high off of that
amazing.
one edible, bro.
That's amazing. Yeah, those fucking brownies, they're so thick.
No, bro, yeah, because like I ate it and I'm just like, holy fuck, I feel fat. It was disgusting. And I was blasted. Man. I'm glad my dad didn't like investigate me or some shit.
I got a crazy one, right? A little bit extreme. So not too extreme, but crazy, right? So remember I told you I watch Tony Montana all the time, right?
Oh god.
So let's set the picture just a little bit, right? Right? Me and my cousins. It's my cousin Jerry's birthday.
You got a cousin named Jerry?
Yeah,
That's
right.
awesome.
So listen, it's his birthday.
That's awesome.
So we're like, fuck it. We got
This
all.
is pretty cool.
We got all this. There we go.
We got all this.
So my cousin, all right. Listen, so I'm going to tell you, my cousin is a rapper, right?
Okay.
He has a mural. I told you I'm from Newark. He has a mural, all right? He wants to see the video. He already know. Adding all his lady, bro. This nigga says, fuck it, let's go to the bar. We go hang out to the bar. But our cousin whose birthday it is meeting us at the bar and doesn't know that we've taken any of this yet, right? So it's like 45 minutes to kicked in. We in the bar, we come up with the bright idea, like, hey, why don't we tell Jerry that we left the bar and wait for him to get into his cab? So we had personal taxis. So he was having his taxi bring him to the bar, right? And then we were all going to get into my brother was driving, we were going to drive to the city. So see the lights, whatever, have some fun and shit, then come back. It's my cousin's birthday. So lo and behold, we come with the bright idea, like, fuck it. We're gonna tell Jerry we're not here. All right, tell him to get back in his cab, and we're just gonna chase his cab and scare the shit out of him. Why the fuck did we say this shit to each other? It's me,
How did
my
y'all
brother.
get to that point?
Listen, I don't even know. We're shooting pool. He calls one of us and like, yo, I'm almost there and shit. My cousin like, oh shit, you know what would be crazy? Let's fucking tell him we're not here. It's me, my brother. Listen, my brother just fucking got out of the military and shit like that. He fucking knows better than this shit, right? Me, my brother, my cousin, and then my other homeboy, right? So nobody has the good sense to be like, no, don't do this. My cousin gets there, and he gangster, like he gangster. He looking around the bar and shit like, where the fuck are we? Where are they at?
Yeah.
We like, we don't know. We sit in the car. He gets back in the car. We know what he's going to do. He tells his cab, drive. We jump behind his cab. His cab driver is this old lady, y'all. We're like, yes, listen. We're like, yes. The old lady's doing like 60 up a street just like yours. But it's probably like, let's say like 2 miles long though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like with stop signs
She's
and
going,
shit like that.
yeah.
She's going. Lo and behold, she called the cops. We don't know. We're high. We've taken that. We are peaking. We call that shit cooking. Next thing you know, bro, we are turning behind the cab.
This is so crazy.
And there is a fucking police roadblock waiting for us. We're like, oh my God, what the fuck did we do? My brother just got off from the military. He's like, what the fuck is wrong? What the fuck y'all got me into? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? So my friend, so my other friend who's in the back, this is an adventure. So my other friend who's in the back, when we get pulled over, there's still, like I told you, we were going to have fun. There's still some fun stuff in the car. My friend like, oh man, it's mine. We like, all right, great. You know what I'm saying? So when everything happens and shit, here's the craziest part of the story. The police realize that we're high. They're like, all right, we're just gonna let y'all go. My buddy who takes the stuff ends up getting locked up in the police car, and they leave the fucking thing open.
No.
We're high off of. He gets out of there and disappears. I swear on everything I love, and disappears.
We never done no shit like that.
I never been in no shit like that, bro. He disappeared. I'm like, oh my God. I call my mother. My mother is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck did you have your brother there with you? I'm like, Mom, I didn't know. We were just having fun. We didn't know that shit was like that. We never did it before.
I am fucking.
That is it.
Oh my God.
Old lady was shook.
Listen, man. Oh my
Bro,
God.
because imagine you set up a prank on your friend.
I didn't even get into the details of all that
shit.
shit. Like, yes, and not even getting into the details of all that shit. Like, that was, listen, man, that shit was horrifying, man. I was, listen, had my face all on the ground. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck were we thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like,
just trying to do something, some innocent fun.
Yeah, some innocent
and
fun.
Because
that's what we
south.
did. We were crazy, you know, doing the same, just crazy.
It
fucking,
went so south.
It went so south. We were like, oh my God. I'm like, Mom, I'm so embarrassed. Like, what am I supposed to do and shit? Nobody even supposed to know we were doing that shit. We were supposed to be like doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's supposed to fucking know. We're supposed to go to our regular lives after that night. Like,
no, that was a good ass story. That's funny.
That's a good story.
The first and only time I've ever drank a Four Loko was one of the fucking worst times of my life.
Four Locals will do nothing but bring you harm.
Anyone that ever brings up a Four Loko after this, like, I look at them like they're an absolute tank in life. If you can drink a Four Loko, like, more power to you. So you're a demon.
I just don't.
I went to the same people that were on my baseball team with the weed. Most of my crazy times happened on this baseball team, but it's funny as fuck. So they had this thing where they invited some people over to their, you know, it was like this backyard, like, you know, bullshit, like hang out, drink, smoke, whatever. And then all of a sudden dudes pull out Four Locos. I was like, what the fuck did I sign up for here? Because there's not just like a couple, there's like fucking a cooler with like 30 Four Locos just chilling, waiting. I'm like, what did I get into? So I was just like, all right, fuck it, why not? I mean, I'm here. So I drank one sip and I'm like, this is dog shit. Like, what am I drinking? And then I just had to keep drinking it. And then all of a sudden there was like a circle of us. And they were doing this game where you had to take a big ass chug and keep passing it.
Yeah.
And then the last person in the circle would, like, I don't know, like we all put in $20 or whatever. So I'm just doing that and I'm just like fucking after that. I had my own. I didn't win that shit, obviously. But then all of a sudden I just remember I'm standing there and then I got past the blunt. I took one hit and then I like looked around and I was like, yo, you gotta take this. To the person that gave it to me, he's like, bro, I just had it. I was like, take the blunt. I was like, take it. And then he took it, and then I kid you not, like I just sat down on the ground like crisscross applesauce, and then I like stared off into the distance for a minute, and then I just laid down and started puking everywhere, just right next to me, bro. It was disgusting. I kept going. I don't know what happened from that point to the point where I woke up on some couch. I didn't know where I was. But, like, I left their house. I still didn't know where I was because, like, my friend brought me there. So I didn't know where I was, but I just left, like, stained and throw up. Like, just the next morning, it was, like, 5, 6 in the morning. I'm just walking on a street that I have no fucking idea, looking like an absolute maniac. And then I think I finally got to, like, a McDonald's or some shit. And then there was a fucking charger. And I charged my phone and called my dad. That was embarrassing. Yeah, he didn't look at me.
But you can't do nothing when you're at that point. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, you need help. You know what I mean? Like,
he kept asking me where I was. I was like, just don't, like, I was safe. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
I've been there.
Bro, Four Locos are nasty.
Yeah, I don't really even drink. Like, I can drink, but I don't drink because I fear that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know when that's actually going to happen, so I actually really tiptoe when I drink any alcohol. Because it's
that's
I
why.
don't like that.
Honestly, I do. Whenever I drink, I do go. I'm a tank, and so I can usually withstand most things. That's why I just stay with my comfort drinks. Like I know as far as I can go with Jack. I know as far as I can go with Henny. I know as far as I can go with like Pinnacle and shit like that.
Yes.
But outside of those, I don't really try to stray too far because I always drink really heavily, and then right when I'm about to peak, I slow down and even myself out.
Absolutely.
Because I've never blacked out drinking. Because I always get myself to there and then I even out, and then I go back up and even out and just go crazy like that. But yeah, I don't know how I'll feel if I start going crazy on like a tequila or some shit like that, and immediately black out after like 3 shots.
You can't turn. There's no turn back.
Because because I don't want. I always try to remember what I do.
Because that call for help is
Yeah. Because
bro, it is. Because I just told my dad, I was like,
because you don't know what the hell happened, so you don't know what the fuck to say. I never want to be put in that position where I don't know something like that.
Bro, he said,
I want to know what I did the night before.
Nah, it was funny because the first words out of my dad's mouth were, "Why are you at a McDonald's in Burnt Hills?" I was like, honestly, I don't know. Can you please just come get me? Like, this is the address. He's like, you know, I ain't even from Burnt Hill, or I don't even know how to get there. I was like, Dad, like,
your dad knew the whole upstate New York by the
nah, he was bitching because like when he got there, he's like, "You're lucky I knew this path because I used to do this and that."
I was like, Walter knows all of upstate.
I like got in the car, he just kept looking over at me because like I said, I had the throw up stage shirt. And I'm just sitting there this long drive from Burnt Hills to Schenectady, and I'm just sitting there, and he just keeps looking over at me, and then looking over at me, and then his like signature is well.
Listen, Walter.
And I was just like, I got nothing for you, bro. But yeah, Four Loko ripped me apart. Yeah. Never again.
I always wondered about that. Because I always wondered if it was true. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, they're dog. They don't even.
Oh, you never had Four Loko?
No.
Yeah, they're dog shit.
Because that's my issue with alcohol. It doesn't even taste good.
But one of those big boys, they will put you out.
Right.
So like
the cans.
Yeah, the big cans, they'll put you out. So just know what you're in for.
And they're cheap.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. They're cheap as fuck. You can get one of them bitches for $1.99.
So I think for me, that shit would have been Cisco. Cisco is like a Four Loko
for our next podcast.
You know what I mean? Like that shit is horrible, but it will get you drink it. It tastes real fruity. It do.
No, but it don't taste good.
It don't.
Four Lokos don't taste good at all. Not even close.
Yeah, no, they're terrible.
Like when I tell you it was so hard to get through that can.
The only
and
upside,
that's why I threw up because it just tasted so bad.
The only upside is that you'll get drunk off them fast.
Oh, clap.
So yeah, if they're one for $2, you buy 2 for $4, you good for the night. You're good. Like,
yo, is that the best 2 for $4 in history?
You go to Speedway.
That was everything.
No, that might be the best 2 for $4 in the history of things.
But they taste terrible, so that's your give and take with that.
But you clapped, you done.
Yeah, you're done for the
like
night.
2 days. You might be going to the hospital after 2 Four Lokos. That sounds
bueno.
Damn, that sounds like if Mr. Krabs lost some money. Like that's how horrible it sounds, bro. That sounds disgusting.
What an analogy.
Oh man.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was what I thought. I didn't know.
It's exactly what you think. So no. Maybe
crazy.
one day we'll be daring enough to do a review on Four Loko.
Ooh, why? Get Four Loko, Colt 45, and what else do they got at those stores that like are really shit that like they always
That's
have
what I'm
cheap.
telling you, Cisco.
Yeah, we'll get those 3 lined up and see which is better.
That shit is disgusting. Colt 45 is beer, so you gotta have a taste for beer.
I mean, I like Corona. Coronas are cool.
Yeah.
Like a Corona with a lime, like you can catch me just vibing at any point in time.
The only Spanish person I'll ever say I hate Corona.
You heard that?
I hate Corona.
Corona.
You know what I was gonna say before I even said it?
No, I
I
said Corona and
I'm not a beer
lime.
guy at all.
Yeah, okay.
At all. Like I hate beers. So
Corona and a lime is a vibe for any kind of time.
Nah. You the spokesperson?
Nah, it just rhymed.
I know, that's why. You the spokesperson?
Yeah, Corona with a lime, bro. You can have
did
it. Bro, because like when I imagine
1980s.
when I imagine a Corona with a lime, I imagine it like if I'm sitting like at the beach after some nice victory.
Yeah, Corona
like I
with lime
just
is
won
a
in life,
relaxing
and
ass
now
drink.
every victory in life, I want to have a Corona and lime to celebrate my victory, because it's the taste of victory. Corona with a lime, I salute. Thank you to the makers of Corona and limes. Great combo.
The combo's crazy.
Yes.
That might be the best 1-2 punch.
I'm just saying, bro. And it's not 2 for $4 though.
No. It's not 2 for $4.
Wait. Don't they got the 2 for $3 big bottles? And then you could get a lime for $1?
Ooh, might be a 2 for $4.
Yeah, we might have to come up with a 2 for $4 list.
Same thing.
We might, on one of these episodes, we gotta come up with a 2 for 4 list.
Mm-hmm.
4 local, I think, trumps all of them, though. I don't know. That's vicious. I'm fucking clapped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cooked.
What's up?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Next.
Love.
Peace, love,
And Gumbo.
and peace,
Gumbo.
love, and Gumbo. We're gonna do this more often. I mean, we plan on giving you an episode of High Off Life once every couple of weeks. We're gonna have the fire conversations. We just ended off with talking about alcohol, so we're gonna have to open next episode with alcohol.
Yes, but the one thing I want to just know before
While
we
B-Man's
go,
here.
did we tap the second part of the alien for him?
What do you mean? Having sex with the aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't go over having sex with them, no, but that's more of a you thing.
What is it? He just brought it up.
Because
I'm just
you
rewinding.
you asked me about 4 different types of ways about would you fucking alien on different conversations.
I'm just saying, I think we're all down bad because we all would fuck a prosthetic leg with ease.
Yeah, we did all say.
We were like, I was swinging it in the air. Matt has the knob in between.
Shut up.
Pam just
funny,
loves
'cause I
all
don't
those
remember-
ideas.
Yeah, I don't remember my take, so that's gonna be funny to watch back.
I think you.
I don't think you had a take. I think me and Matt
I think
was
you were adding on to my take. I think you were
Okay,
just
got
you were certifying what I was saying.
Yeah, would you?
Well, I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys went on dates and everything. Like, the emotions are
yeah,
there.
that's what she.
Now
put
you
in.
lay
And you're
down,
getting into the
but
you're
then you
at
lay
that
down.
third date where she's like, oh, let's go back to the apartment.
You guys go back to the
You can
apartment. You're getting the condom on. She's laying there, and then just pop.
Now the bop is crazy.
Yeah.
Like a loud ass.
Listen,
There you go.
I
It's
guess
like
I
that.
have to say she built different, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
Let's see
nah.
what it is.
talk about
Yeah, like-
it.
I don't know. Like, so much emotions would hit me in that moment.
All right, so which
like,
would
you
you-
didn't tell me, and then like
Which would you fuck first? An alien or a
alien.
bitch with a prosthetic leg?
Alien.
Okay.
I can at any point in time I can go out and fuck a bitch with a prosthetic leg.
How many chicks do you find with prosthetic legs?
I will find one.
Oh man.
If
You
give
can
me,
look them up.
If you give me a week, I will at least
There's
find
probably a
one.
dating
I will
service for
find
that.
one dating or a hooker. I'll get creative. I'll find one.
An app.
I'm not finding an alien. So if you present me with that option, and yeah, I'm taking
I
an
respect
alien.
that. I respect that.
Like I said, some Gamora looking alien.
Real quick, actually, do you any type of Gamora alien? You got Gamora alien. You got the Avatar that she plays.
Oh, the blue one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
All
You
different
said-
colors of
You
her.
said you wouldn't fuck anything like
Zoe
that. though.
Saldana, all different colors
No,
of her.
but they don't have any extra.
They got the tails and everything, the wild and shit.
Yeah,
In Avatar, they got the tails.
Yeah, but
They put the tails together to fuck.
Yes, that's what they do.
It's like, what are you doing?
But real quick, actually, one thing with aliens,
Uh-huh.
I want to ask this because they I definitely forgot. I was off it. I was
That's nice.
You're off it now.
yeah. Do you believe because they have that theory where every different scenario that you have ever lived or could have lived was lived out on another version of you on another planet.
So
somewhere else.
multiverse.
The multiverse of there's
Multiverse.
other yous out there within black holes or whatever theory there is. Do you believe in that? That there's another you somewhere that has done everything you've done and done everything you haven't done.
So in some senses, that would kind of explain the feeling of deja vu, right? Right?
Talk about it.
Right? In some senses, that's exactly what
Deja.
that explains, right? Like, because the truth is that we don't know, but it's easy to, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
kind of comprehend
Yeah.
and correlate, you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, it's easy to make sense of. So at the end of the day, like I said, I would stand on the feeling of deja vu as the simplest thing for me to lean towards yes. You
Bro, when
understand
I
what I'm
was
saying?
in like
So,
5th grade, that's the first time like I got hit with deja vu like a few times, like within like a couple months.
Absolutely.
Where I would just be in class and the exact words were said in like a dream that I had and like a scenario, and I'm just like, whoa. And that when deja vu hits you, like it hits you and you got to think about it for
yeah,
a
you be
minute
like-
or two, and you're just like, and I remember I was in 5th grade and there was like a month where I had like a string of 6 of those.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and then from there, like, as a fucking, what are you, like 11 in 5th grade? As an 11-year-old, I had like to sit down and think about shit like of that magnitude, and it fucked me up, man.
Yeah.
I just, that shit is real. That shit is real.
My question though, it's gonna be my last question, right? So, if we were to all walk in and we were to see our 14-year-old version of ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. And we had to sit down, you had a conversation, what do you think that person would feel?
About what?
How?
Anything, like, you're gonna
walk. So lay something on the line that I gotta talk to my 14-year-old self about.
And how do you think they would feel about what we said?
Yeah, is that you just gotta have a convo. You gotta catch them up on life. You gotta catch them up on everything you accomplished. You gotta like let them know who you are now.
Well, my 14-year-old self.
That's deep, right?
Yeah, man. But you can't ask me.
My 14-year-old self would be hot.
Yeah, man.
He'd be tight. Why? Because, bro, when I was 14, bro, I was a straight A student. Good. I thought I was going to be like, because I wanted to do graphic design in college. Okay. And so I thought I was going to be like some big dude making billboards for companies and this, that, and third. I'm not saying I thought I was going to be, but that's the hopes I had. I wanted to go deep in graphic design or something sports related. Okay. And so, I mean, I guess we're here with the sports related part. Kind of now. Okay. But like, if I was talking to myself, I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed. But I bet like he would just definitely be like, my man, you was just sitting there doing nothing.
That's what I want.
You dropped out of college.
That's like, what I want to know with the conversation.
Yeah, like you know it's got to pertain to the topic.
Well, basically, well, think about it because the reason why I didn't set any guidelines is because I want you to think about what would happen, right? Yeah. So if you walked in on your 14-year-old self and your 14-year-old self, you said, hey, you know, I'm you, but I'm this age, and then what do you think that 14-year-old would ask? Oh, like, you know what we would, oh my God, like, oh, what are you doing now? Like, oh my God, am I successful? Did I make it? Like, you know, like, and you would have to answer all those questions. Like, you'd have to explain the whole life. So, what do you think the 14 you would be?
So the 14-year-old me, like, in all honesty,
because I think it's fair to say like all 14-year-olds would ask that if they saw the future of themselves, like, oh, like what'd you do? What
back
you gonna
then
do?
I was even asked this question, like, yo, if you had a future version of yourself,
walk in,
what would you ask them? I think I was asked that around that time,
right? Exactly. And I mean, the common answer would be like, you know, like, what's the world like, or oh my God, like, obviously, like, what did I do?
What do I have to
prevent? Like, what do I...
how did you live to that age? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing right now?
I would be
LeBron James, what's he going to drop tonight? I need a bet on
that's another one. I would ask him about specific people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that are in my life probably right then at that time.
Oh,
you know what I'm
I would have asked myself about Kobe, because I'm a Kobe fanatic.
Wow.
I would have broke my fucking heart.
So listen, man, that's something that we share right there,
you guys still would have told like your younger selves like Kobe made it and he was a legend and he won his rings and.
But I would have probably asked myself, yo, how long does Kobe stay and play for? What did you do after ball? That, and third. I probably would have asked myself because I loved Kobe. On and off the court.
You would have been like,
so what would you say?
I'm gonna lie to myself when it comes to that.
Really?
I'm not telling my younger self that, bro. I'm not breaking my younger self, sorry, bro. Because then I have to know for like I was 14.
Because what if the younger you gets there and you're just like, that son of a bitch?
Well, bro, I would be what, 2011. So for 5 years, I would just sit there for 9 years, I would sit there knowing that, damn. Man, Kobe dies in like 3 weeks. That's tough. Like, I would not tell my younger self. I would lie to him 100%. No, man. Because I'm a Kobe fanatic, and that would break my heart.
The younger me would be just like, wow.
What was that? An Owen Wilson? Wow.
Wow. I don't know. Like,
you got him right.
Younger me's mind would just be like, wow. Because it would be like a little bit of that, like a little bit of disappointment. Because like, yeah, we had some big minds and a shitty ass town.
Yeah, us two were we were great in school.
But that's also why I don't feel like I owe anything to the 518.
Oh no,
and I don't like.
Bro, this place failed me, bro.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like I had this big mind and big vision for myself, and I was gonna do all these crazy
This
amazing
place
things.
just put so many
and that
roadblocks
shit
in
shot
front of you.
me down so hard just because of where I live.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't even.
Bro, this place just put so many roadblocks in front of you.
But yeah,
that's why, and you seen what I sent that the other day because it's very hard. You know what I mean? Like it's very hard. So
well, because it was a deep thought I had with myself the other day when I was high. I was just thinking like, damn, yo, little me would just be like.
Yeah, and that's not even like the crazy thing about
crazy.
like so and even in reflecting, like the crazy thing about most things is that besides your immediate, like even though we may be from somewhere, rep our block, rep all that shit, like it's hardest to get that love from there before somebody else somewhere. Like you already shout out Belgium every time first. Like you feel
Respectfully,
what I'm saying? Like on some
Belgium.
Like not
they
not
watched
like
our
that.
last episode, 64 viewers.
You know what I'm saying? Not
Crazy.
like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Like you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes it takes other people to recognize like your vision and what it is. Like they might understand, but because we next to each other and see each other every day, it's like they might have the same thing, but not the tools.
Right.
Or you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
There's so many people who supported us on our first episode or our first few episodes. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna always share your shit. We're gonna try to do this, that, and a third." They did like the first 2 episodes, and then just people stopped watching, and then it's just. But then they're also the types of people who'll be like, "Yo, get me on your podcast, bro," and it's just like.
Hell no.
What? You don't even support the podcast,
like,
much less.
I don't know. I don't feel no loyalty or anything.
I feel loyalty to the people I've made loyal to me.
Exactly.
That's what loyalty is.
It's like for me, like as a podcast, it's like I knew like when we started all this that like for a while we're gonna be in this weird space where like it's gonna be a little lonely because like we're trying to do something good for ourselves. But if you are constantly surrounded by such negativity, as much as that negativity will claim that they want to be positive, they'll never claim that positivity.
Because they'll always have resentment.
They're going to always remain negative. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like understanding the way the world works. I knew the grind I was ahead. I knew the people that we have to convince and all that. But 518, I don't even give a flaming, flying damn. But it's just like that's
I got my love for the people, some people in 518.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's just but
like I said, it's just you just gotta know what things are. You gotta know it's gonna be a grind. You gotta know
and love those who love you.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And then everything's gonna grow. You stay consistent, things grow. And because that's all things can do when you stay like actually working on it. Because if you don't work on it,
it's not gonna
shit's gonna die. Yeah. Which is a good thing for us human beings. Like if you don't work on yourselves, you're just gonna slowly deteriorate until you eventually die.
That's
but
what life is,
if you work on yourself every day, you have no choice but to either stay the same because you're either gonna work on yourself, but that wasn't the right thing, so you stay the same, or you're gonna get better and it was the right thing.
Exactly. So. Yeah, it's the experience, B.
Just like, nah.
Keep going through it, B.
With that being said, I love this.
Oh yeah, this was a great time.
This was definitely a good time. We're gonna make this tradition. I'm gonna convince my girlfriend Deja here to constantly be doing this. I love it.
Maybe we'll even come on to the podcast,
right?
That would definitely help out with shorts. So
I think Matt's going to be a more reoccurring character on this episode, whether he's on it or not. I think either way you would, and then either way, Cam and I will always be here with High Off Life.
2 all-stars right here.
Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe. These have been some of the best conversations I've ever had.
Shout out to Belgium.
Shout out to Belgium. Big shout out. Hats off to them. I'm going to keep my hat on. But... damn, you need a haircut. It's like, no.
Dude, it's been like 2 weeks.
But that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, follow. We got mad social media. We're going to have a lot coming this year. Get on the right team. This is the right team. One dream, one nation under God. I'm just playing. But yeah, have a good night.
Some Team Rocket ass shit.